Alright, what's up YouTube? Right now I'm going to do a video talking about what supplements do I take, what supplements do I recommend you take, what experience level you should be at to take certain supplements, my preferences, blah blah blah, things like that. Alright, so let's begin. Protein. Easy thing to start off with. Everyone that starts lifting, the first thing that they want to do is they want to get a ton of protein. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what I recommend. First of all, I want to start off by saying I don't really see protein as a supplement really. I just see it as powdered food that I use for convenience. So I use two different kinds. Here I got Gold Standard Whey and BSN 66. I use both of these. Now what I do is I usually take one scoop of this, mix it with water, tastes really good, and that's what I take whenever I decide to take it. This is chocolate milkshake, this is double rich chocolate, they're both chocolate flavors, so mixed together they taste really good. Now the reason I chose these two, this is pretty much like, I don't know, 95% protein per scoop. It's 24 grams of protein, just a little bit of fat and carbs, like nothing, like negligible. Here, they actually threw in a lot of carbs and a lot of fat in here, so by doing that, they were able to make this taste really, really, really good. So I've only tried chocolate milkshake by BSN, but I'm sure all the other flavors taste amazing because this tastes really good. And the reason I don't just take 2 scoops of this or 2 scoops of this is because 2 scoops of this has like too much fiber in it, so it's going to suppress my appetite, so that's why I don't do that. 2 scoops of this, if I do it all the time, I just get sick of it. It tastes chalky, I don't really like it. So 1 scoop of this, 1 scoop of this together, get the best of both worlds, and that's what I do. Up next, creatine. Now, I don't really know why, but there seems to be lots of controversy on the internet with young kids talking about creatine being bad for you, because there's some people that think creatine is it will kill you, it's such a bad supplement, it's so unhealthy, you're going to die, and other people it gets completely fine. I don't really understand all that, but I'm just going to tell you straight up, creatine is pretty much completely safe. I don't know what the big fuss about it is. It's completely fine. Now I'm talking about creatine monohydrate. I don't really know much about the other more expensive forms of creatine, but all the research on creatine has mainly been done on monohydrate, which is also conveniently the cheapest form of creatine. So just get creatine monohydrate. That's what I recommend. This is Metrex brand creatine. There's no specific reason that I take Metrex. Just I walked in a supplement shop. I need a creatine. Like, what do you have all this one? I'll just take it. I don't really think much about it. I know Obviously Nutrition makes really good creatine. Whatever company you want, just pick creatine monohydrate. Flip a coin. I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Do whatever you want. It's just the same thing. It's creatine. It's all the same. And I just take 5 grams a day. So I'll just wake up. I just might as well take it now. Comes a little scooper. You take it. We'll put it in your mouth. Yeah, so at any point through the day, like anytime I pass by my kitchen, I'll just see it there. Boom, I'll just take a scoop. Boom, that's my daily value of creatine. And no, there's not a specific time that you should take creatine. It's not like it's more ideal after your workout, before your workout, during your workout. It really doesn't matter. So just at any point in the day, just take 5 grams. Don't think about it. You don't have to cycle off of it. Just 5 grams a day for the rest of your life. Creatine monohydrate. Make sure you drink plenty of water so it works. And yeah, that's just on creatine. Pretty simple. Up next, multivitamins. Now this is Living Green Liquid Gel Men's Multivitamins. You probably haven't seen this. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below. But anyway, the reason I take this is because all the vitamins here are in a liquid gel fish oil suspension, so they're much, much more bioavailable than any other compressed pill multivitamins, such as, for example, Animal Pack. All the pills are compressed, so they have, I believe, like a 5 to 10% bioavailability rate, so you're not really absorbing or getting all the vitamins that you're paying for. So yeah, that's why I take this. More bioavailable, it's pretty simple. It has actually fish oil in here, vegetable blends, the antioxidants, just it has everything. It's pretty simple. I just take 2 pills in the morning with a meal and 2 pills at night. It's pretty simple. So yeah, that's that. Up next, we have pre-workouts. Now, pre-workouts are genuinely a controversial topic, so I'm going to tell you what I take, my thoughts on the matter, things like that. So, basically, I take lots of different kinds of pre-workouts. I just got my 2 most favorite ones, really. This is ESP by Metabolic Nutrition. I love this, and I have no idea what company this is, but this is called Old Jack. So you may or may not know that USP Labs came out with a product a while ago called Jack 3D, and that basically made pre-workouts popular. That's what started the actual supplement line of like pre-workouts in all in all brands. But it was banned because of the ingredient 1,3-dimeth, because soldiers in the army who were severely dehydrated out in the desert decided to take, 5 scoops of it with some Oxy Pros, which also has 1,3-dimeth, and they passed away, and people were like, okay, they died, they had 1,3 in their system, 1,3 is bad, we're gonna ban it. So it's just a stimulant, even though, yeah, it is more potent and it is more dangerous than caffeine. It's all an issue of dosing. You could die if you take too much caffeine. So 1,3-dimeth, you could take lower doses of it and just be fine. So just as long as you're careful, you're basically gonna be okay. It's not really as big of a deal as people make it out to be. People like to sensationalize things and say, oh, it's really bad. But if you're smart, you know what you're doing, you should be fine. So yeah, this basically right here is Old Jack. So it claims to be the exact same proprietary blend as the USP Labs original Jack 3, which is currently discontinued. And I got this the other day, and I'm telling you, it's really good. It's really potent. And I'll show you the powder here. It's super fine powder. It tastes fine. But yeah, so I don't know, if you can find this online, you'll be pretty lucky, but this is pretty good. ESP, same thing, just pre-workout. It has a 1,3-dimeth clone in there. I believe they call it amp citrate. So yeah, those are pretty much my 2 main powder pre-workouts. Now here I have this little 6-pack bags, little clear case here, and this is where I put pill pre-workouts. Now, what do I mean by pill pre-workouts? In the supplement industry, there's lines of supplements such as protein, there's different creatines, there's different pre-workouts, and there's also another branch that they like to call fat burners. Now, what fat burners basically are a bunch of stimulants put into a pill. The only difference really between fat burners and actual pre-workout powders is that pre-workout powders will have things like arginine, beta-alanine, creatine, things like that in there. Fat burners are just pretty much all stimulants and maybe things like yohimbine and stuff. So there's lots of different fat burners out there. I experimented with a few, and I basically found ones that don't heavily suppress my appetite / don't suppress my appetite at all, and those are the ones I take. And I also have some that actually do unfortunately suppress my appetite but are really, really powerful, so I'll take them very rarely, maybe like once a month, once or twice a month if I want to hit like a big PR in the gym. Now I'm going to talk about the controversial aspect of pre-workouts. Now, if you're young, like 13, 14, something like that, I would not recommend that you take a pre-workout, or if you just started lifting, I would not start using pre-workouts yet because you don't need that yet, and I just don't recommend it. And I'll give you a little story. When I was a sophomore in high school, my lifestyle was extremely stressful. I would get like under 6 hours of sleep each night. I had like 17 different bags that I carry around to school. I'd go to the gym directly after school, no pre-workout, nothing, just work out, just have shitty workouts. I just hated it, like wow, this really sucks. And then one day, I was like, my friend showed me a pre-workout. I was like, I have no idea what it was, by the way. So I took a scoop of it, and I literally came in the gym, and I was like walking on water. I just felt really, really good. Music sounded amazing. Everything was super light. I just did not want to leave the gym because when I was working out in like awful conditions, like towards the end of my workout, I just it would suck. I would just want to leave. But when I was on pre-workout, I just would not want to leave. I would just feel so good. Just everything's better. So now I pretty much use pre-workout almost every single time I come in the gym, which is I should probably taper off. Now, sometimes pre-workouts won't work as well on you. There can be some days where you take 2 scoops of a pre-workout and it doesn't really do anything, and like a few days later you can take 1 scoop and it absolutely rocks your world. There's so many things that go on in the body. There's so many factors that come into play how well your pre-workout works for you a certain day. But one of the main factors is if you haven't slept enough, then there's a really big chance that your pre-workout's not going to work nearly as good as it's supposed to, or as it has for you in the past. So if you're not sleeping enough, don't mega dose pre-workout. It's not going to work that well for you. It's just not good for you. So if you want to use pre-workout, you have to use it responsibly. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're not taking crazy doses. Come off every once in a while. I think once every 8 weeks, every 4 weeks, whatever you want. Just you want to come off. If you're noticing that you have to take larger and larger and larger doses to get the same effect, come off for a week. Come off, then you can go back on. You just want to have your tolerance nice and balanced. You don't want it to go too high because then you're kind of screwed. Also, try taking different kinds of pre-workouts. Like that's why for me, these are only 2 pre-workouts. I have a bunch laying around the house, and sometimes I'll take this. I'll take like half a scoop of this with like maybe this pill. I'll just like mix things up, different combos for different days. So yeah. So long story short, if you're going to use pre-workout, make sure you've already established the base training without it, so that you could actually appreciate how you feel in the gym once you're on it. And yeah, just use it responsibly. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure your dosing's fine. And yeah, that's my little rant on pre-workout. So those are pretty much all the supplements that I take. If you have any questions, or if you want me to go into more depth about any of these supplements, or have any questions at all, just leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I can. And yeah, see you next video.